Hey everyone, I want to talk about fixed rate mortgages. Fixed rate mortgages comes in different varieties. So you can get a 10-year fix, a 10-year amortization, a 15, 20, 25, 30, and there is a 40 out there that's generally used for loan modifications. Okay, so on that amortization, we don't see that very often. Some of the things that you want to see, when you look at whether you want a 20 or a 25 or 15, what is the difference in the interest rate you're offered? Okay, so a lot of times we look at things, so the lower the term, okay, generally the higher the payment, and it's also lower the interest rate. Okay, so we want to look at two things. So lower interest rates at this end, okay, lower interest rates at this end, but higher payments. Okay. Okay, over here it's going to be the opposite. Lower payment at this end of the scale, lower payments, higher rates. Excuse me. Yeah, higher rates. Lower rates here, higher rates here. So you can see they cross over, okay, in that balance. So one of the things that you want to look at when you're looking at deciding on a fixed rate, the 30-year is the most common, okay, and that's usually what I like to suggest to all my borrowers. If you can afford a 10 or 15-year fix, if you can afford that higher payment, I usually tell people, get the 30, make the difference in that payment on a 30. Watch your total cost over time. And the reason why I prefer the 30 over the 10 or 15, okay, if something happens, especially if there's two people on the mortgage and you're counting on both incomes to make that payment. If one of you gets ill, one of you loses your job, you're not forced with that higher payment. Okay, so that's why I prefer the 30-year mortgage. You can always accelerate the amortization in your mortgage. You can always make extra payments. You can always pay more, okay, to accelerate it, but you're not stuck with that higher payment in this stage, okay? You can still accelerate that mortgage to lessen the amount of interest you're going to pay over time. So you're better off accelerating the mortgage, I think, from a comfort level, especially with the lower interest rates. And if the economy changes, if someone loses a job, someone gets ill, you're not forced to sell a house. You're not forced, you won't feel the stress as much or as hard having that higher payment. So you want to talk to your loan originator, look at the overall picture, make a plan, not just for the short term, but long term, 10, 15, 20 years out, and what's your retirement goal. Look at your retirement goal and where you want to be with that. So I hope that helps. It's a bit different than what most people think, trying to pay off. You can always accelerate. You're not stuck with a higher payment. I just hope you think about that. Look for those items. And this is what I prefer. That's my opinion. Get a 30-year fix. You're not affected by all the economic changes as much as you are here on this. These loans here on a fixed rate, there's not much difference in the interest rate between these two. So you're better off with this lower monthly payment, adding more each month to accelerate it. When you don't have the money, you have a tight month, your car breaks down, you're going to spend money on a car, you're not stuck on a tighter budget with the higher payment. Okay, so that's how I feel. I hope you see it the same way, or you make a good plan for yourself. If you're getting these types of mortgage, you're well off. You have a good emergency fund set aside in case of a medical event or a physical event, car, fire, something, hurricane, who knows. But I just hope you think it out and not just work on the emotion of the payment. Look at your total interest charge over the time. What is your goal to pay off the mortgage completely?